Hello, this is Cameron Daniels. This is me talking about Bolton's trip to Gillingham. We won. Hey, away from home, fantastic. Scored 3 goals, fantastic. Do I think we'll make the playoffs? No. We're not 7 points. Yes, 7 points off the playoffs. I don't think we'll make that up. I think this year it's consolidation. Next year, go for promotion. Um, what's to say about the game? Gillingham were very good for 10 minutes. They roughed us up. Every throw was like a corner. That was about as good as they got because, to be quite honest, the only way that they were going to score from against us was in the air. Every time we come up against a team that does that, we struggle, and we struggled for the first 10 minutes. I mean, we lost. Well, our markers lost theirs. The players, they were all over. But they're struggling, and it showed as the game went on because we started to get a game together. The amount of chances that we created. I mean, Charles, we missed 2 in the first half. I'll never know. He missed 2. Fozzie missed a couple. There was just we were all over him, and it was a shock that we hadn't scored. Then Aaron Morley went and scored an absolute pearler. I mean, you could see it. I mean, the camera was directly behind him when he hit it, and the minute it left his foot, you knew that was going in the top corner. I mean, what a hit! I mean, it was a great goal. It was a really good goal. Up until that, he'd had a shite game. Some of his deliveries had been awful. And with Declan John, who started taking deliveries, his deliveries, Morley's, have been awful. They've been knee high and they've been terrible. And then he goes and whaps that in. Actually, after that, he played all right, played well. Second half, again, their only way of scoring would have been in the air. That's just fact. Declan John scored after Bodvarsson's effort had been saved. We had half a line. The goalkeeper made a double save from him. And Afolainen got in the way of whoever it was who would have been scoring themselves. And then of course Bodvarsson scored at the end. Nice little top up with the outside of his foot. Negatives about today. Negatives are the fact that we still struggle with balls in the air at times against teams that are more physical than we are. We need a big dominant centre half or centre halves. George Johnson definitely isn't that. He can play on the ground, got no problem on the ground. In the air, it's an issue. Santos isn't an issue in the air because he's tall and a big lad. And I think Emerson struggles a little bit. I think, he can be a bit more physical, but I think he struggles too. I think we need dominant centre half. Somebody who's just as tall, as quick. Doesn't have to be as good on the ball, but can come in against teams like this. It was just all balls in the air, and that's it. Other than that, they couldn't play us off the back if they'd tried. And we didn't even have the ex-best player in the team. So, says it all, doesn't it? And we were levels above them. And to be honest, the last 20 minutes was pretty much a practice game. So, positives, we had lots of shots on goal, lots of chances. Fozzie played great down the right as usual. Declan John had a good day down the left. MJ Williams was completely anonymous. Again, I think that's a problem going forward. Make some silly yellow cards sometimes, although he probably did a good thing for us this time. Took one for the team. Morley was all right in midfield. Up front, Charles did some really good stuff as usual. it just wasn't falling for him. I mean, he had 3 chances. The first 2, the right footer that he blasted way wide. The second one was a left footer that that was massively wide. It was just it was comical how he missed that. And the third chance he had, he hit it straight at the goalkeeper. It just wasn't his day. And Bodvarsson did a lot of hold-up play. And Bodvarsson's got a bit of skill in him. And he's definitely good enough for this league. And, he's starting to score. He scored 2 goals for us now. He weren't scoring for Millwall. So maybe he's found the right place for him. We've always had good Icelandic players in our teams. So maybe this is the home he's always wanted, who knows. And my problem at the minute is with Afolainen. Afolainen at the beginning of the season was our best player by a long, 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 long way. But I think he's starting to flag, of want of a better word. Afolainen tries to do too much, and he's one greedy fucker. And it's just no doubt about it. He's greedy. He's probably had more shots than anybody in League One, and not scored a fifth of the goals, maybe a sixth even. I don't know. I think he needs to take it out of the team. I really do. He falls over too much. He complains. He was on the ground complaining today, first half, and the team had played past him, and he wasn't helping anybody by being on the ground. He could quite obviously get up because he did. Didn't need any attention. He was complaining on the ground, and they're trying to break on us up the top. I think sometimes he can be a liability. Don't get me wrong, he scores goals and he can be fantastic. I mean, he's been fantastic for us. Start of the season, without him, we would have been fucked. Well and truly fucked. But now, I don't think we would be. I think he needs taking out the team and giving a proper rest. I think in his place, I really, really do believe that Sadlier would be better would have been better in Afolainen's place today. Every time that guy comes on the pitch, he's got something about him. He's got pace, he's got skill, he's looking for the ball to be incisive, he's trying to do something that most of the other players can't do. And the other thing is, he's got a goal in him as well. He scored 20 goals for Doncaster when he played for them, and he scored goals for Rotherham when he was playing for them. I'm frustrated that he's on the bench all the time because he looks a class player. I don't know what the Bolton fans think about him, but every time he comes on, it looks like he could do damage. And the only start he's made was against Bolton, where, to be honest, we were shocking. The only 2 players that came out of Bolton with were half decent, were Bodvarsson, who had a really good game, and Sadlier, and he got took off because he had a terrific game against Bolton. He was a man of the match. I mean, we were shit everywhere else, and he was the one that really stood out. He's not a defender. He's not a left wing back. So I hope Everett never tries to play him there again, but no doubt he will do. Because let's be honest, Liam Gordon's shite. That's my personal opinion. I know lots of other people don't think that. So, I wish you would play him. Other than that, it was a good day. We won. I don't think we've got a lot to play for this season. I think it's now try and get Fossey in the transfer window in the summer. Although God knows if that'll be the case because other clubs must be looking at him. And then move on because, and I think besides a decent centre-half, I think we need a top-class defensive midfielder. I think Dempsey could play though, potentially, with Morley, instead of having MJ Williams in the side. But if not, then get another one, because I think MJ's out of his depth in League One. And I keep thinking that every time I watch him, he can pass it side to side, and he does 1 or 2 1 1-2s that are half decent. But in general, he seems to be lacking. Maybe that's just my perception. I don't know. Could have said something negative about him. Otherwise, let's be honest, what's the point in a video? Oh yeah, let's make just everything happy. So, okay. Well done, Bolton. Played well today. Onwards and upwards. But I just don't think it will be this season. I think next season it will be a different matter though. End of video. Oh, before I go as well. This channel is now Cameron Daniels BWFC. I'm making every future video on here a BWFC video. Not interested in anything else. Any of my other stuff, I've got 2 other channels. So, and they'll be there in, should be in the description somewhere. But yeah, this is just going to be a BWFC channel from now on. Because let's be honest, we love Bolton Wanderers. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was emotional. See you again. Bye.